Could you tell us about faith? What you hear from is a Warsi Sahib about this?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. When we say faith, in Arabic we'll say Iman. Now, our faith is so important that without the faith, nothing is complete, neither your prayer, neither your will, neither your intention. It has to be very, very clear. You have to be very, very clear about your faith, about your Iman. Now, when we say that about our faith, I've heard from Sarkar Kafki Shawasa. Now, faith is Iman. What is it? Iman. It's not usual what we hear, what we learn from Quranic ayat. That's not the only part. Imanum wa tasdeequm bil qalb. Iman le aao. And uske baad tasdeeq bhi karo. Dil se, qalb se. When we say that, have a faith and test your faith. Tasdeequm bil qalb means test your faith with your heart, with your mind, what you believe in. Now, what do we believe in? La ilaha. There's nobody worth besides Allah Ta'ala to respect and pray and worship Him. Muhammadur Rasulullah, no doubt, He's His messenger. He's His prophet and His messenger. Now, in saying it's so easy, we commit this, we say this, we utter this from our mouth so simply, so easily. But when we hear about Sahaba and other people, about their faith, and how difficult it was for them to pronounce and say it and practice it. And today's world, where is the practice? We wonder, where is the practice? Now, I'm going to bring it back to one of the Mishada, or you can say one of the practical side. We almost all Warsi, Safi, Chishti, Qadri, all people, those have a link with their spiritualism or with their leaders or with their Pir Sahib, Sheikh Sahib. Now, when we say हाथ पकड़ता हूँ पीर का, इसका वारिस पाक का, पाइंदन पाक का, रसूल का. In another word, you're saying, I'm holding a hand of my Sheikh and holding a hand of Sakar Waris Pak, and that same hand is hand of Paintan Pak, and the same hand is Allah Bari Ta'ala's and Prophet Sallam's hand. Now this is our commitment. This is our commitment to our Shaykh when we hold his hand and we say it and we recite it. Now you may say, where's the part of Iman in it? Now, Iman is what you said. Do you really believe in it? Do you actually believe in it? That you said, my Sheikh is my grand Sheikh and he's Paintan Pak in Allah Bari Ta'ala. Now, it is very easily, again, I'm maybe repeating myself here, easily said, but not practiced, not in your faith. We have a bath, then the next thing is, we're going to different sheikhs, we're looking around for the help, spiritual guidance. And my question is, you held a hand of a grand sheikh. In Arabic, we say, Dastayuzdullah, hand of Allah. Now, if you hold that and you have that link, then where can you go wrong? Now, this is where we go wrong, because we didn't believe it. We didn't mean it. We said it very formally, but we haven't said it with our heart. Tasdeequm bil qalb, there was the lack. We said it, but not intentionally. We don't perform. We don't have that belief. We read namaz, mashallah, we all do. Now, niyat is so important. Without niyat, namaz isn't a namaz, as you all know. But then what happens? You have a niyat, then where do your mind go? As soon as you read Allahu Akbar, then you quickly recite the ayats of Fatih Sharif and other, and go to ruku and sujood. Yeah. But where is your Iman? Where's your faith? Do you really believe in it? That when you're in namaz and you're in front of your Lord, you are actually in front of your Lord. And are you saying what you're saying? Do you mean it, what you're saying? Now, very, very important, whether we read Surah Fatiha Sharif or anything, but in front of your Shaykh, can you imagine that? Saying in front of your Shaykh, he's right in front of you, and you say those ayats, those words, then, now that is Iman and faith. How would you feel when somebody like your Shaykh or in a Supreme Court of Judge sitting, you're so sincere, you're so attentive, you're so focused, and you say, sir, this, that. But in namaz, we have our mind somewhere else, we're reciting something else. Now, this is what I link with that is Iman. We are unfortunately very, very weak. And when we say that, right, his question was, what have I heard from Sakaf Ki Shawasam, Zuf Ki Shawasam? Yes, faith is the key thing. Faith is Iman. Faith is the closeness of you and your Shaykh. The more closer you are to your Shaykh, the more closer to your Grand Shaykh and Maintan Pak and Rasul. Now, what we have said at the time of death, do we remember? Is that our intention in namaz as well? My questions are very, very simple and straightforward. We read namaz, we say Allahu Akbar, but do we really attend to our Lord? And do we say Allahu Akbar, oh Lord, you're the greatest one? We just read namaz as a practice. We just read it as we go along. But having that interest, having that feeling, having that faith, that's very important. Now, I can give you several examples, but I want to keep this on this occasion, this talk, this speech, very, very simple. What is Iman and what is faith and where do we like? I had this friend of mine. We went to Islamabad to hospital together. After attending to hospital, we went to shrine of to Grey Fakir. And I saw my friend, he was so convenient, so happy at the Washif. And saw him very happily praying, sending his dua and all that. I asked him, are you bath here? It was at the place of Bir Mirli Shasam. He says, no, I'm bath at Sakaf Ki Shawasam. So that's fantastic. I said, well, I've seen you very, very warmly, with a warm feeling. He was praying, he was sending Islam to the Washif. I said, that's good to see. And yet he was looking in the hospital for a Shafa. And I said, have you not asked here for Shafa? He goes, I've asked Bir Mirli Shasam, I asked Zuf Ki Shawasam, I asked Kalyam Sharif, and I saw many of the Washif. I said, well, there you go. It's not going to go anywhere. Reason being, where is your faith? It should be with your Shaykh. And you should ask him, request him sincerely, and then wait for his answer. Whether it takes few days, few weeks, few months, then you should be attending to the Washif, attending to your Shaykh in spiritual form or in presently going to the Washif. Saying the question what you said once, you don't need to say again and again, but just attend, give your salam. He'll surely attend to you. Now, that is part of faith. If that's not there, then unfortunately, then your Shaykh who's passed away is passed away for you then. You cannot gain access, you cannot come close to him if you think he's passed away dead, he's not going to help me. It's against Quran Ayat. Those Shuhada Ikram, those Awliya Ikram, they are a great helper of you. They help you spiritually, but again, you need to get close to them. You need to feel close to them. Now, how do you do that? When you go there and in peace and tranquility, you pay your respect and in your faith that he is living. If you really think he died away, you buried him away, and he cannot hear you, he can't speak to you, he can't help you, then that's the unfortunate. that's very, very unfortunate. We'll be saying something else, but we're doing something else.